One of the things that we are encouraged to do more than anything is to imagine and to use the sense that we had as a child, because adults typically have a harder time imagining than children do. And the lyrics at this part of the reading were, I'm young, but already there's doubt in my eyes, and I never learned how to pray. So make me feel better, tell me more lies, carry me further away. And the next line was, I'm so tired of feeling empty. And there's this feeling, and it felt like it was coming from the younger generations, like I would say 95 on, maybe even 2000 on, but this feeling of um, being a traumatized generation, like where is the role model of the true human? This feeling that um, there isn't anyone out there that we can even emulate, and that this whole soul group is tired of feeling empty and being so young but always having so much doubt in their eyes already. And spirit acknowledges that once again we have these traumatized generations because we have been chained to this spirit of discouragement. And here, when I was typing something else, the word angels came through, and so I wrote this because we're also encouraged to ask for spiritual support. The angels are a group of beings who are attuned to the divine frequency and the qualities of soul. And so when we focus on qualities of soul that we would like to bring into our lives, like, God, I would like the quality of peace, or I would like to understand the quality of forgiveness, or the quality of surrender, we can call on the angels to activate our prayers, to kind of uplift our prayers, and to not feel so alone. I know there was a time, especially 2010 and 11, where I really was the walking void, and I didn't even have the energy to get into the car and go get gas or go to the grocery store. And I would have to ask the angels, like, fill me with your spirit so I can like go do this, or fill me with this so I could go do that. And at the time, it was very overwhelming. But looking back, it was such a beautiful training ground for being in such a complete state of surrender, because I was forced to be in that place. And so we're really encouraged to call on that spiritual support if we're feeling some of these low vibrational frequencies, or we feel like we're, getting below that watermark. And we can trust that these additional forces, these spiritual forces, benevolent beings, and I beyond even beings, but really essences, frequencies, are here to help us turn our imagination into manifestation right now. So while there appears to be so much trauma coming to the surface, this is also one of the most magical times to be alive. The creative thought and our ability to come together through our creative thought is unlike it has ever been before on this planet. We are aligning imagery with feeling. This is a felt sense visualization. And Spirit says if we can dream it, we can create it. And if we have lost the dream, if we're not even sure what we're passionate about anymore, we're being encouraged to connect with an activity or a desire that we loved when we were a child or a teenager, and to then follow where this thread leads us. And Spirit often gets on my case because my mind likes to make things a lot more complicated than that needs to be. And if Spirit says be creative, I often will think it has to be a whole big thing. And Spirit will be like, just draw a stick figure on a post-it note. Like, I'm not asking you to do anything crazy right now. And that is what we are being asked to do the simplest of creative tasks, to spend time daydreaming, or what Spirit calls dream weaving. Once again, that felt sense visualization. So we're not only imagining it, but we're acting as if we already have it. It is when we move into that felt sense visualization that we actually magnetize what we want toward us. This is a time where imagining becomes our belief and our belief becomes our reality. And that's a very important line from Spirit, that our imagining becomes our belief and our belief becomes our reality. When we see things come to pass in the outer world as if by magic. So we may have been up against a lot of setbacks over the last 5 or 6 years. And Spirit is saying that it can be hard to kind of gain the momentum to believe or to trust in the magic again. In fact, the lyrics that came through here were, I don't even know if I believe everything you're trying to say to me. And how many times have we come up against that? You know, our personality self is like, really, spirit? Like, really, God? I don't know. It doesn't feel like that's possible right now. And yet, spirit says that it's the lies and the deceptions that have kind of created this matrix that allows us to not actually see the beauty that is there for us at all times. And that these lies and deceptions are going to be starting to be revealed more and more publicly. And as the collective moves through their cognitive dissonance, the soul is also rising up and coming online. And so we're really being encouraged, what images feed our soul, what brings us joy. Because if we can envision it, we can have it and we can claim it. And we are being encouraged right now to stay in the frequency of gratitude, because that is what leads to rapid manifestation.